Welcome everyone. This is Dr. Tom DePaoli. This video is about Common Sense Purchasing, the book that I wrote that is a classic book, and some insights that I will share with you. Again, I run Apollo Solutions and the CEO of the company, and here are some more of my books that may interest you. Please hit the like or subscribe to my channel button. I'd appreciate it. More of these videos are to come, and I know you'll enjoy them. Here's our mission statement at Apollo Solutions. Share and pay forward the hard knocks lessons learned in life, career, and business. I certainly don't want people to go through the pain of the hard knocks lessons that I learned, and I want you to share and pay them forward. Here's the book in the cover. It's available on Amazon, and a lot of people have praised it. Some like it, some don't, but I think you'll find it extremely interesting, and I hope at the end of the video you'll take a chance and buy it. Here's just some copyright information. Some facts about me. I've held just about every position in purchasing, done a lot of consulting, a lot of transformation, a lot of supply chain work. Many companies still don't get it about purchasing. Common sense isn't so common. The book does teach you how to deal with suppliers and what to do with them. It is about relationships. That's what purchasing is about. Building strong relationships, gaining the trust of everyone, suppliers, customers, colleagues. How do you build relationships? It's all about trust. You also get the most effective suppliers and make sure that you get the best. If you get world-class suppliers, you'll be a world-class company. Customers expect the best. Give it to them. Knowledge builds respect. Again, a lot of homework in purchasing. Give you a little time to read this, but again, you got to do work to understand the suppliers, the industry, and know how to negotiate with them. I believe you should use information or knowledge-based negotiations. For most strategic suppliers, you can have an alliance. And again, use information-based negotiations. You've got to rationalize suppliers. It's impossible to have relationships with hundreds or thousands of suppliers. Pick the few that are key and make sure that you understand them and they want to have a relationship. Don't back off on slashing suppliers. You're going to have to change old school procurement folks also. Many are just bureaucrats. They need to understand that it's now about relationships and being strategic and understand the concept of total cost of ownership. Need to know where you're at on your spend, where you're spending your money, who you're spending it with, and you need to understand that discipline is important in buying things. 75% of purchase orders usually are under $1,000. Traditional procurement ideas die hard. Change as much as possible. Use cross-functional teams when you can. It helps educate folks from other departments about purchasing. Build new habits. Make sure you have a sourcing methodology. Make sure it's disciplined. Much of your savings is in the sourcing of new suppliers. Don't let emotion rule. Pick the right metrics. Different materials and suppliers may need different metrics. Worry about handoffs and inefficiencies in getting the materials to where it belongs. Utilize total cost of ownership metrics. Make sure you work with suppliers to get innovations. Cultural fit is critical. Supplier has to understand your culture. Sometimes when it's close, you got to go with your gut on a supplier. Growth potential is important for a supplier and for your company. Understand best practices. Make sure the supplier does too. Focus on industry best practices. Always do a gut check in what is done for your company and what the supplier wants to do is ready and willing and able to be done in your culture. People and teams need reinforcement. Publicize them. Okay? Celebrate successes. Build momentum. It's important. Make sure you have a powerful marketing plan and communicate what you're doing to a lot of folks. Use various media. You cannot over-communicate. Standardize whatever you can. People engineers have biases. Again, cross-functional teams. Ask distributors for help. They know suppliers very well. Push for compliance. Make sure folks understand the concept of total cost of ownership. Price is not really king. Research and show non-value stuff also. Educate folks on the concept. Make sure you track your progress and make it visible. Don't hide things. Use pictures and graphics. Be professional and honest. Keep the radar gun on suppliers. Don't really make contracts very, very complicated. That's what I meant. Boilerplate them. Contracts don't protect you from a bad supplier. Boilerplate. Establish beachheads. By that I mean areas where you want to have pilots, where you want to see if things work. If you think it's prudent to do it, do it. Make sure you have a roadmap to do things and stick to it. Strategic sourcing is important. Rationalization of suppliers is important. Think about e-procurement, catalogs, marketing plan, and transformation. Again, introduce discipline. Don't let people do maverick buys. Okay? Make folks use the preferred suppliers and make it easy to buy from them. Don't do additional non-value adding work. It doesn't move the business ahead. Get rid of it and don't accept it. Nobody reads fluff bureaucratic documentation. Pick your alliances carefully. Just have a few. Make sure they pay off for you. Never underestimate the time and effort for relationships. Absorb the culture and make sure they understand yours. Pick the right e-tools. Make sure you know what you're doing, you have the right strategy, and make sure you have a strategy and tactics figured out before the software folks come in and put in the new system. Supply chain really should be run by someone at the vice president level. 50% of the total cost of goods sold. All right? You can really have an impact on revenue. Invite others in your supply chain sandbox and educate them. Ask your suppliers for advice. They have lots of experiences and they will tell you what the best practices are and what to do and what's worked for other companies. Eliminate firefighting. You can't really be strategic when you're always running around trying to expedite or get goods or services in that are late. Think prevention first. Persevere. It's a long battle. You got to have grit. Don't waver. Don't lose your temper. You will prevail. Try my book. It's on Amazon. Common Sense Purchasing. I think you'll find it interesting and have a lot of good ideas in it. Here's some more of my books. And again, I'm sharing forward Hard Knocks lessons learned. If you like to get what I call our Hard Knocks MBA, you can get it from my 9 business books. Give it a try. Here's some contact information. If you have any questions, email to me. If you do email to me and you want a copy of this presentation, I will email it back to you. So take care and check out my website also. It's there in the bottom, drtombooks.com. I hope you enjoyed my advice. Thank you for your time and patience, and I hope I've given you some ideas. Finally, hit the subscribe again. I am going to share more videos, and I think you'll enjoy them.